We are back on Try Hack Me with Annie. So yesterday, the IT Viking, is that what he's called? Yeah, he was streaming Annie, and I was about to go to bed, and as soon as he did an MF scan, I saw something. And I was like, oh man, because I started up this one before, I just started it, I mapped it, and I was like, nope, and then I walked away, right? And that was about it, right? But he mapped it, he did an map on it, and I saw something, it really stuck out to me. I was like, whoa, wait a minute. Right? So I immediately sat down on my computer and started typing, right? Started banging away at the keys. And I told him, I was like, hey, I'm also researching this too. He was like, hey, divide and conquer. I'm going to look at this portion. Because I told him I'm taking a totally different route than you are. He's like, I'll look at this. You look at that. We'll try to figure it out. So I sat there. I went through it and just did the whole thing. Last night, it took probably about an hour to do. All right. Shouldn't take an hour this time. But the privest for this one was actually really cool. And just so you guys know, as I did it, right? I literally sat there and did it. I said to him exactly what I did. I actually changed out, you'll see what I'm talking about. I changed out his IP address, and his didn't work. So, if you don't get this guy to work, restart it, try another day, some of that. You probably do actually have it. It's just not working. So hopefully it works today. Hopefully. All right. CD and desktop, Try Hack Me Annie. It's like whenever you look at walkthroughs, you know, like you're just stuck beyond stuck. You look at a walkthrough and it's what you've been doing the entire time, word for word, and you copy and paste everything. It doesn't work. I've never seen that happen in real time, but that's what happened. Let's go ahead. We'll start off with an MF scan. And this MF scan is going to take a minute, so we can go ahead and do a Rust scan, because the port that we're attacking here is pretty high. All right, so we get this port 7070 back, right? So he, just like I said, was what the hell 7070. MF TAC P 7070. TAC SC, that TAC SV, right? So let's go ahead and figure out what is that, right? Then we also get this 41645 back. And the port, what's funny is the port that we actually attack, we actually don't even get back. That's what's funny. And it doesn't ever come back. You just got to kind of hit the I believe button on everything, right? So he's still saying that it's TCP wrapped. We'll go ahead and we'll just keep trying to do an MF scan on him because we should get more than just that. Now it's saying real server, that's closed. All right, but we should be seeing a lot more than just that. Let's go ahead and do an MF scan on 41645. So let's give this guy, he probably needs another minute or so to start up, to actually start up fully. All right, but we'll go ahead and we'll just go let this guy be for a minute. And it's saying that one's closed also. I feel like it is not closed. Those are not facts, like right there. They are both open. And 22 is also open. 7071 is now open, okay? Well, let's go and check out 7071. And 33989 is now open. Okay, that's weird. Pretty sure we're doing 70... I think 7070 opens up 7071. That's what happens with this thing. Then we get this 33989. This was happening to me the other day on this guy also. And we should be getting a version back. Should be getting back a lot more information. So let's let this guy run. Let's try to do an MF attack on port 22. So I was kind of watching the stream whenever I was doing it. So, you know, I had like 5-10 minutes of this thing starting up, and I finally did everything. Oh my god. I don't like this box though. Like how today I'm getting back different information I got back yesterday. So you very well will get back different information. Because I'm literally getting that like right now. It's kind of funny. Reset? No. We don't need to reset the box. So I know exactly what to do. I just don't want to just do it, you know? Well, it's going to be like 7073 now or something like that. Okay, back to 7070. All right. Maybe just give this guy like 5 minutes startup or something. I don't know. Give him like 10 minutes startup and then go from there. Because the 7070 is taking a lot longer than what it did before. All right, there we go. That's exactly what we need, like right there. So this is what hopped out to me, right? Is we have an SSL search subject, common name, AnyDesk client. And I was like, whoa. I was like, what is AnyDesk client? You know? So I immediately started researching AnyDesk client. And very first thing I typed in, AnyDesk client exploit, and we get this remote code execution exploit database. Okay? What's this guy? Right? And all of a sudden we see all this, right? Okay, obviously change the IP, but we see port 50001. Now I'm thinking, that's port 7070, right? So when I very first set off this exploit, I changed it to port 7070. It's port 50001. It is that. Keep that the same. Don't touch that, all right? At least it was for me. Who knows if maybe this guy's now that port or something like that. Who knows, okay? But I have never seen 50001 actually open on this guy also. So, but we get this ANET client, and then he gives us his MSF Venom code. So you literally copy and paste that code in, put in your IP address, and then put in your own shell code. I don't like using the Python one. I like using C. So I went ahead and I did an MSF Venom. All right. And as you can see, save that code that what they had, right? And I did it with C. It pops out that shell code. So if I enter, banner grab it. Problem is, it doesn't even actually even see it open. See, it doesn't even see it open, right? So if you're doing it in C, you're going to copy from here over. All right, easiest way to do this is I already have my exploit open, I believe. No, I do not. Let me go ahead and sublime text ne.py. If you're doing it with C, if you're doing it with the other one, then you're fine. And actually, I have to actually get rid of this because this is actually his exploit, like right here. So you're going to say shellcode equals, put parentheses around it, and then let's go. Quotation marks, right? Delete all that. Okay. All we need is just the crap that's inside of here. We can go ahead and grab this whole thing if you want. Doesn't really matter. Okay, we can actually delete these two also. Delete, delete, enter, enter, control V. All right, there we go. Our shellcode's now in there, right? So this is in C. If you're using it in Python, just delete whatever they have on the exploit and throw that in there. And hopefully this works, because literally I watched it actually happen yesterday where mine worked, his didn't. Super weird. But let's go ahead and fire this guy off. So I just saved him. And what we have here is, and I also have to change out the box's IP address, right? So whatever the IP address is, we're going to fire it off like this. So let's go ahead and grab our box's IP address. We'll throw that in there. We'll save that. And then from here, we'll create a netcat listener on port 4444. Or whatever port you decide to put it on, right? Mine is on port 4444. So I'll do a netcat, tech LVMP, 4444, and we'll fire this off. Python, ne.py. And you should get a reverse shell immediately. But this guy does not like to give you a reverse shell immediately. And this is exactly the problem the other dude was having the other day, was that it just wasn't giving that reverse shell. So I want to mmap this again because I'm looking at those other ports. Because port 5001 was never actually open. So I'm trying to figure out, I'm thinking maybe those other filtered ports have something maybe to do with it. I'm thinking maybe it has something to do with those 40,000 and 30,000 that we saw down here. This 40125. We can try fire it off at that. But as soon as we Rust scan it, it changes. 40125. So we actually kept it that time. And that didn't do anything. So go back to 500. First time I did, I went 7070. Tried that. That didn't work, obviously. Then from there, let me make sure actually, that's the wrong IP address, that's why. Because that's still the other dude's IP address. Whatever I sent him exactly what I did. So let me go ahead and do a 10.13.26.184. That could be a big problem too. Let's bring this back to 5001. 50001. I have no idea. Null scan might work out now. But supposedly port 5001 is not open. From what this whole thing's saying. Which the exploit comes as port 5001. So that's why I went back to that. Or 50001, 50,001. That's why I went back to that. We may have actually broken it because we already tried to do different things with it. So we may have actually already broken the machine. But let's go ahead and... because we're already trying to call back to somewhere else, you know. But let's go ahead and try that Rust scan again. See if anything crazy comes back. 33053, we can try that. I mean, if you got lucky the first time, 5001 might have just been it. It should be literally immediate. It should immediately come through. But he was having this exact problem yesterday. I was kind of hoping it worked because it's actually a pretty cool... What's up, Al? It's actually a really cool Privesk. But getting into it, obviously, is impossible. And it is just regular Python 2. So, getting this guy is actually impossible. Because, literally, I just did it yesterday. With some shellcode. Actually, you know what? I could probably Control Z and actually get the shellcode that I did the other day, huh? That should have been the cell code that I used yesterday. I don't think the bad bytes are correct. Whatever he's doing for bad bytes, I don't think that's correctly right there. So go ahead and copy this guy. We'll throw him back into there. And I'm just going to try this one more time. If that doesn't work, then we're going to do commit. 1 or 2 more times. Because the actual... And there we go. For some reason, I don't know. I don't know why that shellcode works. I'm thinking that the bad bytes, I think there's something wrong up there. I'm thinking there's more bad bytes. Like maybe 24 or 27 is also a bad byte or something like that, but I'm thinking there's more bad bytes. And I just got lucky on the shellcode that I ended up printing off. Let's go ahead and do an ID, and we're Annie, right? Now, like I said, this Privesk is really, really cool. Let's go ahead and cat scripts, full shell, right? And I've really enjoyed this Privesk. Like I know I keep saying it, but it is pretty cool. We'll do a which Python. Which Python 3. Let's go and throw that into there. Okay. And then we'll go ahead and we'll throw on, we'll do our little SSTY, STTY TAC A, STTY raw. All right. Export term equals X term. All right. STTY rows, 20 columns, 173. All right. So we're in there. Cool. Now, let's go ahead and start off. We don't know a password yet, so let's go ahead and just start off with SUID bits. We'll see if anything points out to you guys like it point out to me. Went ahead and ran that. And the very first thing I saw was a set cap. And I immediately started thinking, like, is that set capability? So if I GTFO bids, nothing's on there. I was like, okay, that's weird. But I feel like set cap is set capabilities. So I started looking at capabilities, right? Okay, do we have any capabilities here? Nothing that we can use. Okay, nothing for GTFO bin wise. So I'm still like, okay, what can I do with set cap? Well, set cap, sure enough, is set capability. All right. So what we can do is we can do a get cap, and as long as we don't get anything returned, that means that that capability is not being used. Which for user bin Python 3, it is not. Which means that we can now set that capability to somewhere. All right. So what we're going to do is we're going to copy user bin Python 3 to right here, to home Annie. So if I do ls-la, we have copied Python 3 over to here, right? From here, what we can do is we can then set the cap to set an SUID bit for Python 3. Now, if we don't, why did we pick Python 3, right? GTFO bins, capabilities. Pick Python 3 because there's a capability for it. All right, there we go. That's all we got to do for Python 3. Just add a 3 in front of that. So that's why we picked Python 3. All right, so we're going to set the capability for Python 3. I made a directory called Python 3. That's why it's like that. So we're going to set cap home Annie Python 3. Now if we do a get cap for Python 3 again, we should have just seen that was home Annie. Oh, that's because it's user bin. Let's do home Annie. And we see that there is going to be a capability there. Sure enough, there's a capability for Python 3 because we set that capability. From here, what I did was I then went ahead and I threw a Python 3, the same exact thing you see up there, right? So same exact thing it's in GTFO bin, except for just add a 3 at the end of Python. We're going to go ahead and we're going to throw that in there. Oh, probably because I messed it up last time because I did a make directory Python 3 that threw it into Python 3. I didn't think I could throw it into home Annie. And now we're root. cd/root, ls-la, and we'll go ahead and we can cat that root.txt. All right, THM vouchers obviously done with. Can't get that anymore. But that was it. I thought that Privesk was super cool. I've never done that before where we set a capability. I thought that was pretty freaking cool. So let's go ahead